Miette Moon-Sasik on my left, Jianna on my right. One of the three pairings, the number one pairing for the now first time ever CIF-Southern Section Division 3 Girls Beach Volleyball finalists, Windward Wildcats. Miette, when I say that out loud, how powerful is that statement?
It's so cool. I think definitely being in the semis for CIF is always like a great thing to say, and it's always just such a cool thing to be able to say and to be able to like share this with all of my teammates. I just think it's like an amazing moment.
The success of the indoor program obviously has spoken for itself. Girls Beach Volleyball, when it transitioned over from the IBVL to CIF back in 2023, so only 4 years old. I think a lot of people forget that Windward made an impact in Division 2 and got to the quarterfinals back then. But obviously, the past couple years, especially last year, phenomenal regular season and a league championship. But then that draws Jay Sarah. But like I said to you and Jianna in a separate conversation. Look at how incredible it is a year later that Jay Sarah and Windward will both be in their first finals at Long Beach City College. But just big picture, like just to understand, like, hey, this is the level that it's going to be required in the postseason. Whether it's to win in Division 1, Division 2, and especially now in Division 3. Like, just how did that kind of just set a foundation and a mindset to be like, we can do this, but we need to start in a different place than we not only started but ended last year.
I feel like a lot of it was KP, like our coach. She supported us throughout the entire thing, like throughout the entire season. She was like regardless of what division we end up being in, like we're gonna get to the finals. Like she made us work really hard every single practice, and she was like, I just think we've improved so much since the season last year, and even now, like we've had so much more like team bonding and just like more effort as like a team, because like beach volleyball, obviously it's a lot more difficult than indoor, and like being a team and like really making sure every pair, like even though we don't all get to like play with each other and like play against other people together, it's just a group effort. And like I think she did a great job at really bonding everyone together and like making it feel like an actual team instead of just individual pairs, which helped I think a lot in the CIF.
Absolutely. Jianna, the depth of this group is so remarkable because obviously, just look at the league tournament. But the fact that that KP, and your teammates have so much trust in you and Miette, and obviously you knocked down the first domino today, and it just rolled from there. Like, how much do you? Both of you are such incredible indoor and beach players, but how much do you relish that role that it's like we're at the top of the lineup and we want to make that big statement and give everybody else that inspiration, that motivation?
I mean, I take a lot of pride in that role. I'm really grateful that I get to be placed in the 1 seed, especially with Miette. And I think that our team, really looks up to us too, because we're juniors, we're really seasoned in volleyball, and I feel like the trust that they have in us gives us the confidence to kind of go out there, play freely, and then get those wins.
Absolutely. The fact that the postseason, got to be so much longer and gain so much more experience. Go on the road, and win some tough matches. Obviously, KP strengthened the regular season schedule and whatnot. This group, not just today, but throughout the season, has just looked so primed and prepared for the big moment. It just seemed like, even though it was the first semifinal in program history today, it didn't seem like it was, it was overwhelming for you and Miette and and Serena and Marlo, Annika, Katie, the whole team. Did you feel that today? I mean, I know it's windy and it's a winner take all.
Yes.
Somebody's going to go to Long Beach City College. Somebody's season is going to end unless you're in the pairs tournament. But you ladies just looked really comfortable out there.
Yeah, I think for us this was just like another practice. I mean, we've played in worse conditions. We've played in like pouring rain when it was like 10 times windier than this. So this is honestly nothing for us. I mean, we just kind of go out there and do what we know how to do. KP has prepared us so much that we just kind of trust our training and kind of go from there.
So last thing for both of you, I'll ask you first, Jianna, and then it's Long Beach City College final, against a Millikan team that will be very hungry because they got there last year in Division 2 and didn't win. But I think that all that experience gets thrown out the window. You ladies thrive when everybody's playing. Long Beach City College will be a place where all 5 courts will be going on at the same time. But just to say CIF-Southern Section Division 3 finals, Windward Wildcats, just how exciting is that?
It's so exciting. I mean, I honestly can't even put it into words. I'm just so happy. I mean, this is the first final of program history, and I'm just glad that we're able to go out here and compete and hopefully get the win.
Awesome. Miette, what Jianna just said about like just you treated today like it was any other day at the beach. How important is that going to be to Saturday? That it's like, yes, it's going to be special, it's going to be significant, but it's like, let's just go out and play with our friends and have fun, and not overanalyze it, overthink it. You know that your best volleyball is as good as anybody who's standing across the net for you. How important is that going to be for not just you and Jianna, but to remind the entire team of that?
I think the most important thing for our team specifically to remember is to just have fun. I think when we get like really tight, or if we're like, we have to win this, like we have to like do this, do that, I think it's really important to just stay grounded and like remember that like we've gotten so far already, like regardless of if we win or lose, it's still a team sport, and like we should just do like the best that we can individually. And honestly, it just, like sometimes it'll go our way, like sometimes it won't, but I think remembering and being like confident in your skill and like how much practice you've had, how many games you've played, I think that's just going to be what we can fall back on. And our teammates, like I just think it's going to be a group effort, and we have to be confident in like how much we've trained so far and how lucky we are to be there, and honestly just be very excited for this.
Awesome. Well, one thing I can promise is there will be far less wind at Long Beach City College than there is here today at the Ocean Avenue courts. But what I can also promise is that these two will be leading the Windward Wildcats into their first Southern Section final. Girls, congrats, great job.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.